Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Humanity, I've come again today. It's about health, your health, the health of your children, and the health of your parents. But we are going to concentrate on children and yourself as a young man in your 20s or 20s, let's say 20s. Because most boys, any boy under the age, when you reach the age of 15, you are already in the future. With that, we are going to discuss health. What does Islam say about health? What does the most holy, beautiful religion of Islam says about health, your health? Indeed, we saw that Allah laid down very holy, divine laws as a prevention is better than cure. In those laws, there are laws, direct laws, and there are direct laws, and there are encrypted laws. In direct laws, in direct holy divine laws, Allah says, men and women on planet Earth, you are forbidden from the consumption of alcohol. Men and women on planet Earth, you are forbidden from adultery. Men and women on planet Earth, you are forbidden from the spilling of blood of one another. So with that, we are going to look at the three that I've mentioned, which are direct, holy, divine prescription of laws that governs men and women on this planet, whereby we saw that Allah has forbidden men from the consumption of alcohol. And we are talking about health, your health as a 20-year-old boy, your health as a 15-year-old boy, your health. Because when you are 15, you are already in the future. You are already in the future. So with that, we are trying to organize ourselves and withdraw we come out of the most stagnant part of human existence that has been into whatever for the last 11 centuries. In the last 11 centuries, mankind have been in a stagnant state of health and healthy, kind of a healthy, what they call it, a healthy dogma, a healthy dilemma, where men went as far as even transferring blood from one human being to the other, what they call blood transfusion. That was crossing the boundaries or exceeding the boundaries, because any blood from another man to another man, or from a woman to another man, that means disease. Disease, if you had to put it in the language of numbers, you wouldn't be able to account how many diseases have crossed when you did the blood transfusion from one person to the other. With that, that's why Allah said, prevention is better than cure. In medical language, modern men, they say, they use it, they took a leaf, but they don't understand what it means. Prevention is better than cure. Yes, indeed it is. Prevention is better than cure. If you are to prevent yourself from contracting AIDS, because it is very costly to try and treat your body to get rid of AIDS, isn't it? It's very costly. If that is, there is a cure, but there is no cure. So with that, Allah has said, do not engage in adultery. Do not engage in any act of adultery. With it, there's so many, many, many diseases. What proof do we look at to see that adultery carries huge volumes of diseases? You look at the ingenuity of a sperm. A sperm is an individual. Each sperm, it is an independent creation. A sperm, every head of a semen is an independent creation. So if it was to become a disease, it would be different from the other semen. With that, if you were to examine how many semens a man puts in a woman when they have, for instance, let's say they have what you call a casual, what you, in modern terms, you call it casual sex. Okwegadanga. Do you know, I mean, because if a man ejaculates in a woman, that means around 5 million, at least 5 million Semens have entered into either in the womb of the woman. And sometimes the men, they go out of their head and they put these Semens in the wrong places where they're not supposed to be. For instance, if a woman goes out of her head and says, I love my man so much, I put my mouth, and that is the wrong place for semen to go. That is a very, very wrong place for a semen to go. It will kill you straight away. The semen will kill you straight away. And you are susceptible to diseases similar to those which AIDS men and women who suffer from AIDS acquire. And on top of that, the first most deadly disease will be either cancer of the brain or breast cancer, and so many other complications, leukemia and what you call arthritis, very, very serious arthritis. So with that, as I said, these are the rules and regulations for men when they engage in any act of sexual or sexual practices, having sex. Do not put semen where they're not supposed to be. And with that, Allah also laid down a very, very strict and very serious and very direct law. Do not ever engage in homosexuality. Because with it, your own body registers, if a man sleeps or a man sleeps with another man, your own body as a man registers the semen of another man as a disease, an invasion of a disease. So it triggers what we call, a live poison in order to cleanse itself of these foreign agents, foreign diseases, what it has detected. And that poison comes into the body in a form of hormones, but very deadly hormones. And that poison kills every immune system in the human body. It kills straight away within the next time. If you were to, a man was to engage in a sexual practice, what we call homosexual acts, within the next 30 seconds after that act, not 30 seconds, 30 minutes, the body of that human being is dead. Because the entire immune system will be destroyed, will be overridden by the poison that the human body produces in order to get rid of these dirty things that are registered in the human body or a man's human body. With that, do not ever engage in homosexual acts. It's not me saying, but Mother Nature, that's how it's registered in the holy divine prescriptions and directives and laws that governs all living creations. It's not that I'm against, but I'm against it because Allah says it's dirty. Your body registers that act as dirty, stagnant, very dirty. With that, never engage in such things. Because with it, we saw that the semen is an independent creation which has Allah has engineered with the same instinct of survival, the same ability for you as a living human being to survive under any circumstances. The same ingenuity is in the semen. If it goes somewhere it's not supposed to be, and it enters the structure of disease, no man can cure that disease. No man can say, I am a doctor, I can. No. There's nothing like that in the language of medicine. If you are a competent medical practitioner, you would tell your friends that, indeed, this man says the truth. So women out there, and men, women especially, never allow your body to be abused. It's a very special human body, and you're responsible for that body. Because it's your body. If your man discovered that you have a disease that he fears to catch, he will just dump you and move on. So with that, you have to look after your body. Never allow a man and say, never allow a man to play around with your body. Your human body is your capital. In modern times, you call it capital. Because it's you who lives in it. If you have to become unwell, not Fiona or your boyfriend, be in the intensive care to be you. So with that, do remember that as long as you are on this planet living as a living human being, your first responsibility is to make sure that your brain functions very, very well, and your heart too, because those two properties or those two organs are very important. They contain a special signature of Allah, and that signature comes in a form of a pulse the very day you start taking form as a living human being. With that, do not ever go out of your head and say, I'm a Christian, because when you say you're a Christian, they'll say, we give you blood, or we milk blood from you. Give us blood so that we can donate it to those who need it. I'll tell you something about blood and its ability to carry disease from one person to the other. Because we began saying that a human body is an independent, a personal property to you as an individual, Even if you have a boyfriend, it's only that you allow him to do whatever you do when you're in your bed according to what is prescribed by holy divine law. And you should never engage, as a woman, you should never engage in any act of sex when you are under the influence of any type of alcohol, champagne, cognac, you name it, John Walker, Jack Daniels. Those are things that put you out of your mind, and you do not know. Or if you were to go in a club and they play music, you buy a bottle, someone says, oh, you look beautiful. Can I buy a bottle of champagne? The moment you take 2 sips of that glass, the soul that guides a human being ejects your body, and your body is taken over by something else which you don't understand. You may be living either Birmingham, and the next day you find yourself in a place either in London, and saying, really, where are we? And they say, we are in London. How did I get there? Because you didn't know what was going on. Why? Because you were drunk. The soul that guides you ejected your body, and you became something which I cannot mention here. With that, Allah said, prevention is better than cure. Do not put alcohol in your body, because when we created you as human beings, your body that does not know how to remove alcohol, toxic gunk from your body. Every unit of alcohol you consume, mainly to women, goes straight into the ovaries, and it genetically alters every genetic structure, genetic origin structure of your body as a woman. If you consume alcohol, you are very likely to have children who have very deadly and very serious medical disorders. Would you like that to be your baby? No. If the answer is no, look to Islam and make sure you love Islam. Because all the beauty that you see in the mirror when you look at your face in the mirror, that is what you call your body says to you. This is the beauty of Islam. If you look in the mirror when you're drunk, you see something else you don't like. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.